Hello, students. Very good evening and welcome back to my channel, Dr. Manish English Academy. Today, I'll do second poem from the book of Hornbill, class 11 CBSC. In this video, we would know the detailed explanation of the poem, something about the poet of this chapter, poetic devices, as well as central idea of the poem. Before starting the video, I request don't forget to subscribe the channel if you are first time on it. Ted Hughes, the poet of this poem, Laburnum Top, was an English poet. He was born on 17 August 1930 and died on 28 October 1998. Edward James Hughes, this is the full name of the poet. He was also a translator and children's writer. He was the best poet of his generation and greatest writer of 20th century. He was served as poet laureate from 1984 until his death. He was awarded by many awards, some of them like Costa Book of the Year and Guggenheim Fellowship for Creating Arts in US and Canada, and for many more. In this poem, Ted Hughes wants to say that the meaning of living together is very admirable. In this poem, the company of two things, or the company between two things, that is the laburnum top and the goldfinch, has been described. The laburnum top is quite still and alone completely. It has nobody for accompanying it. But the goldfinch, this is a bird, it has no shelter. Okay, so they both are, just you can say, not happy or unhappy in the absence of one another. The laburnum top is quite alone and still. It has no happiness or the feeling of pleasure. It is looking like that in the absence of the bird, and the bird has no shelter to live. So the company gives pleasure, and it provides a lot of pleasure when we are accompanied by somebody and we live together. This is the central idea of the poem, that the poet wants to say that the meaning of living together, the pleasure of living together is admirable and very good. So let's start the poem line by line. The laburnum top is silent, quite still in the afternoon, yellow September sunlight. A few leaves allowing all its seeds fallen. Okay, the laburnum top is a kind of tree. Okay, with the just we can know the meaning of this word laburnum. It is a kind of tree with hanging branches and yellow flowers. The tree's flowers are yellow, and it is uh, poisonous seeds. Its seeds are poisonous. Okay, so the poet wants to say that the laburnum top is silent. It is quite still, motionless, alone. Okay, and in the afternoon, yellow September sunlight. This is the month of September, and sunlight. It changes the atmosphere and the color of the day in afternoon. It looks like yellow color in the afternoon of this month. A few leaves are yellowing, some are a few leaves are turning into yellow color, and all the seeds has fallen on the ground, because this is known as autumn, in which all the leaves and seeds are fallen on the ground, and the tree is alone. Okay, there is no motion, there is no pleasure, there is no just you can say the feeling of living a happy life in it. It is quite still. But as the bird comes, goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch int. As the bird comes to the branch or to the top of the tree, it gets, just you can say, startlement, surprise, suddenness. Just you can say it happens all of sudden. What happens at a branch of int? You could see a surprising moment. Okay, and suddenly it is starts to move, to shake. It seems that the tree is getting pleasure and it is so happy now in the presence of the bird. Okay, it means when the bird comes to accompany the tree, it gets a lot of pleasure and it looks like very happy. Then slick as a lizard. The bird is very smart and shines like the lizard and alert. It is very sharp minded and abrupt. It all happens suddenly, and suddenly it enters in the thickness of the trees, of the branches. Okay, startlement, surprise, and it sleek as a lizard. Just you can say a glossy. Okay, shining like lizard, alert, very conscious, and abrupt suddenly. It enters into the thickness of the branches suddenly, consciously, and it shines like lizard. Why does it do like this? It suddenly enters into the thickness of the branches so that nobody could see her there. Okay? Then what happens? And a machine starts off of chittering and a tremor of wings and trillings. Then what happened? A machine, okay, starts up. There is a machine. This line indicates the metaphor, poetic device. Machine starts off. Okay, I mean the children of the bird goldfinch starts moving and shaking, singing that their mother is coming to feed them, to serve them foods. Okay, so happily they sing. Of chittering, they begin to speak, they begin to chirp. Okay, it is a kind of sound which is made by the birds. And a tremor of wings, tremor, you can say shaking movement of wings, they shake their wings. Trillings, crystals, okay, which is just like transparent. Okay, flakes are scraps of transparent. Wings, feathers. Okay, thrilling, the whole tree trembles and thrills. And the moment in the tree could be also seen that it trembles. Okay, and thrills, just shiver like the human being. In this line, the poetic device is personification. The trees, the tree is being personified. Okay, what happens as the bird comes to the tree? A machine starts up. I mean, the children begin to cheer up, they begin to sing. A tremor of wings, okay, just like shaking of wings starts. I mean, they shake their wings happily and trillings, crystal, okay, and the whole tree began to tremble, shiver, okay, and thrills. It means the whole tree began to move its branches. Why? Because the tree feels very good in the presence of the bird. Okay, because it always lives alone, but when it is accompanied by the goldfinch, it is very happy. It is the engine of our family. Here it refers to the bird goldfinch. She is the engine, just you can say owner, okay, who look after and manages everything, just like foods and all, which is very essential for her children. She stokes, she gives it full, okay, she gives enough to eat for her children, then flirts out to a branch end. Then she comes to the end of a branch to leave the place, showing her bared face identity mask, and she tries to show herself as she wears an identity mask, okay, which could be identified and nobody could see also her face. She is very smart and sharp, okay. Now then, with irredelicate we shall cheer up whispering, she lunches away towards the infinity. Okay. Now she wonderfully lunches, goes from there towards the infinity, towards the sky, and the subside of the tree, the laburnum's subside, becomes tranquil, very sad and silent again. Okay, as she lunches, as she goes, as she leave the tree, the subside, the branches, the motionless tree again becomes tranquil, very sad and silent in the absence of the bird. Okay, in this entire poem, three types of poetic devices has been used. First is alliteration. Okay, you could see September and sunlight. Okay, alliteration is there. Second, figure of speech is metaphor. A machine starts up. Okay, and third metaphor of a figure of speech is uh, the whole tree trembles and thrills. Tree is personified in this line. Again, the metaphor is it is the engine of our family. Okay, three kinds of figure of speech has been used in this poem, and already I told you the synopsis, the central idea of this poem, that tree, okay, and the laburnum, I mean the laburnum top and the goldfinch, okay, these both creature are just you can say incomplete and not happy in the absence of each other, because the tree is alone, it has no company, and the bird has no shelter. Okay, so the tree is providing shelter to the bird, and the bird is providing happiness and a company to the tree. So the poet wants to say and to give the meaning of living together, that we feel very happy when we get company to eradicate our boring moment from our life. Okay, because living alone is a boredom. Okay, it is a boredom for us, and when we get company to entertain our moments and to share things to each other, it is very happyful for us and very charming. So this is the synopsis of this chapter. That's it, and keep learning.